Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. Speaking of mic check, Mike Thompson said, hello all, is there anyone that would be willing to help me as I have many compound questions? I really need someone to talk to, not just text. New to ALGOBOX, but not new to trading. Mike, are you aware that there is a telephone number on the bottom of the website and there's a contact form there to schedule a call, or it's a number there? There's literally 100 ways to get in contact with us. So, yeah, head over to the website there and, yeah, everybody tell Mike there in the chat that, tell him to give us a call. We're happy to get on calls with folks, or you can send me a direct message inside of Discord and we can get on a voice chat there. We are literally the only place in the world that gives you access to the actual mentor without charging you $1,000 just to talk to somebody. It's crazy, I know. Okay, let me move this chart back over here. Got that one out of the way from yesterday. Let's do a cluster check. Are we better today? I don't see the threes clustering. Awesome. Great to get your questions answered. No worries. Let's see here this morning. Let's get down to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen here, but let me check the news first. I'm a couple minutes late here. We got 9 minutes till the U.S. Open. Came right into the P point. First thing I see is we've landed right into the P point here already before the Open, and we came up to it. And oftentimes I like to look for an accumulation right there, or if we've got a big move into it, I want to take a reversal. And looks like it's peeling off of it already, so a little too late because I came in here a couple minutes late, but I would probably have tried to get a short on top of that. We have multi-ready ups there just underneath us, so we could have a deep dive underneath those ready ups there on the left. See those there accumulating on the ones. Let me take a look at the news. It is a Friday, so we know we've got news there at 8:30. Big ones were already done at block at 8:30. Then we've got, let's see, 9:15. Okay, yep, 10 a.m. usuals, and then a weird one, 10:03. So right there at 10, things are going to get spicy there this morning. It is Friday, and we have started up something new called Full Auto Fridays. So don't forget, I am early in, early out. I'll do one session here in the morning. I will not do an afternoon session. I like to take off and do things on a Friday. And oftentimes, though, I am catching up on kind of office stuff. So if you had scheduled a call with me, you will probably get a call from me today. So pick up your phone, dadgummit. Don't do one of those, don't screen my calls. All right, so I'll be giving you a call if you have scheduled a call with me. If you want some information around that Christmas offer that we're doing there, all that kind of good stuff. Oh, but Full Auto Friday. So we are going to be talking about some Full Auto stuff. So hang to the end of the session here today. And my intention is we're going to talk about Full Auto stuff, all that kind of good jazz. Market's about to open here in just a few moments. So let's get rolling. Welcome aboard, everyone. What exactly
exactly is ALGOBOX, and why do our traders absolutely love it?
Michael Othrew. Are you ready? Indeed. It is Friday. Don't forget, trading is risky and all that business, but if trading is for you, this might also be the place for you.
Double delta.
So we looked around the horn here. Let's go tide long, wave down. Yep. So these two at the top, if you are new with us, don't know what that is here, I have marked these. So I've got those in the top right corner of my eye, always telling me what the high time frames are doing. Then that means because they are in opposition to one another, this is neutralized. So I can take trades in either direction from that perspective. So now my eyes go right here on this chart. It's called my filter chart. And we use primarily the histogram down here. And in that little golden zone is where things are, we call it the fiddle zone. Don't fiddle in the middle. There's a lot of diddling going on. Don't fiddle because there's a lot of diddle in the middle. All right, a lot of reasons to tell you to stay out of that zone and take the trades when we pop outside. Best plays, and then we have something called the masher. If you have not seen the masher strategy, you might want to check that one out. It's pretty awesome. But that can keep you into the best trades if you want to filter hardcore. I'm what I kind of call more of a reader. I read what is going on internally to these because I have gotten really good at it over time. So if you guys have watched me, I may be doing a disservice to you, showing you the advanced level stuff, but I'm targeting big numbers. So a little bit different. You do not have to do things as in-depth, intricate, how do I even say it? You don't have to use it at an advanced level like I do. You do not have to be perfect to be profitable. But here we go. Here's me. I'm going at it. I will, yeah, you'll kind of see what I'm saying. You could just basically play the system pure and not do as much reading as I do on the charts. But if you want to hang out with me and see how I do things and how I'm reading what's happening to retail, usually I'm just putting myself in the retail mindset going, okay, where's retail? Where did they get stuck? And our crosses particularly help us a lot with their positioning. And then structures are structures. We have complex structures, harmonics, which are more powerful than your standard, you know, the usual drill, the channels, wedges, trend lines, support resistance lines, the usual boring. You do need to take structure into account though, because you know that's what rear and where retail is looking, and then watch as they get off sides, and then play into them is usually a great play. All right, enough of that. Here we go. 2 minutes for the U.S. Open.
Double delta EM on the 4.
MACV Ultimate currently sitting in neutral. Less important here at the Open because we are not a cluster day. How about that? So let's see if we got a nice juicy candy day in our hands today. I kind of have a feeling we do, but who knows? What do I know? We've had literally 4 clustering days in a row. And so from a market cadence perspective, I'm expecting a easy candy day. Trap plays will probably play out well. The 89, I'm gonna zoom out and see if that is coming off of that high area. No, it's we're still up there, but we have finally kind of made a move off of it, which is nice.
DCDM on the 1.
All right, first double cross of the morning, adding in with a 3 cross area. Again, I want to sit on hands for the first 5 minutes. I got full auto turned on right now, so I'll let I'll let the full auto Enigma take my place here for the first 5 minutes. Oh wow, we haven't even get the open yet. It's in 5 seconds. Unless my clock's off.
Double delta NQ on the
There we go. There's the open now, right now.
On the 2.
So double cross reversal to a double cross DCDM target. Perfect. I'll be honest, I'm expecting an easy day. I'm going to knock on wood here, so I don't kind of jinxing myself, but I'm expecting an easy morning. Should be way easier than it has been because it's not a cluster day.
On the 26.
Look at that. Structures adhering perfectly. Look at that red dot calling it down.
Double delta EAM on the 2.
Oh, that's a super AO. I'd like to take that one up for a moment. Oh, that would have been good for 10.
Speed of YM 179.
Type it there in the chat if you guys know what that is right there.
Touch EAM on the 26. Double delta EAM on the 2.
What's that play called? Good for 17 ticks there on the ones. One minute past the open.
Fib.EAM.
Still have not seen an Enigma show up yet.
Fib.EAM on the 1.
Super AO, that's right. Let me get our text over here on screen. We're getting better at that. Becoming an official YouTuber, I tell ya.
Double delta EAM on the 1. Speed of YM 166. Speed of NQ YM 156. Fib.EAM on the 1. Fib.EAM on the 1. Fib.EAM on the 1.
Here comes double king timing on the P point. Now remember, we are flat as flat can be. Be very careful right here. This is a time really could just sit on hands here. Things are going to be whippy, like trying to fling a wet rubber band in here. Things are not going to be precise. Going to be a little more wiggly here right in the middle. And you could see it, right? It has been all wiggly here. Right there in the middle. Wait till it gets out of there. Things become a little bit easier.
Fib.EAM on the 1. Speed of NQ 92. Double delta NQ on the 3.
All right, interesting. What's going on here on MacV Ultimate? We've been green. Had some red at 8:30 before the news, and neutral to green the entire time. So we'll see. Sitting right there on, literally in the flat zone. So that's what those big orange things are. I have the fiddle zone indicator turned on with the flat zone background coloring. So that's telling me the real warning spots in that zone, that we went real flat right here. So we're close to the flat there. We're outside of the flat, but we're definitely still inside the full fiddle zone. The big dog, right? Here we go, about 5 seconds till the first 5 minutes. Wow, not a single Enigma showed up in the first 5 minutes
62
here today.
Double delta EM on the 1.
Okay, another super AO here. Again, one of the worst spots to get it, only because the fact that we are flat here. Otherwise, I'd be all over that. That is a nice long entry play right there, usually. But we're in wet rubber band territory.
EM on the 1.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Potential 4 LDT here, but pretty close to the flat zone. So here comes king timing.
Speed of YM79. Speed of NQ89. Speed of YM79.
Speed shifting. Make sure and smash that like button. We got to get 50 likes if you guys want me to be here the whole session. You know the drill. We're past 15 minutes. We're 18 minutes into the... There's the first Enigma showing up here. 12.5 here. I'm going to put that in right back behind the ball here.
What's her name? Sometimes to love someone, gotta be a stranger.
Double delta EM on the 1. Speed of NQ53. Speed of YM53. Double delta NQ on the 3.
NQ clustering on the 3s again. Thank you, sir. You guys are rock stars.
Fib.em on the 1.
Hey, Sean Jackson throwing down a coffee donation for me. You are a rock star, sir. Thank you for that Friday coffee.
DCDMNQ.
Coffee time!
Double delta NQ on the 3.
Oh, headshot!
All right, looks like we have a headshot short right here. So I'm excited about this play. Hopefully they're faking it up here.
Short on the
Oh my goodness, it is double enigma'd me in this space here. So big risk on the table here. Let's see if we get rewarded or if we're starting out in the negative.
Delta NQ on the 3.
Or the man, what would this be? This would be the 5th day of clustering in a row. Unfortunately, we are in that fiddle zone, so you know, can't say I'd be too surprised here at the difficult zone if it doesn't work. Let's see.
DCDM on the 1. EM on the
Oh
1.
boy. Oh, and they are pumping it up and knocking me out on the first play of the day. That was actually technically 2 trades there, so unfortunately having to go with a double. 2 enigmas did not get to their targets before we ripped up there. So a tricky spot there this morning inside the fiddle zone. Again, an easy one for a normal trader. If you were coming in and we're inside that fiddle zone, you could just filter. Don't take those trades in there. I've got the capacity to be able to trade a little more risk here and get myself out of spots, but you know, whatever. Okay, I'm going to increase my quantity on the next set of plays there. That is it's a rare scenario, particularly for the mornings, for a 2 Enigma losers in a row. Debatable. I mean, if you put that at 10 ticks, but I was holding out for the full 20, and so here and there. Re-entry would be underneath those crosses. Okay, I'll give it one more shot here on the re-entry. 2 try rule. Enigma targets were down here.
Speed of NQ51.
I'm gonna hit my every other tick near button there, using the position buttons there. Could be a trap. That is a very smooth leg down, but we had a smooth leg up, we had a smooth leg down, so you can't really take a pick on that. Currently moderate sell, so hopefully the other nerds are pushing that direction. We got 3 nerds down, 1 nerd up here. Friday inside the fiddle zone. Literally a very tricky spot to be playing here, because look at where we're at, right? We are in the wet rubber band in the flat of the fiddle. This is a 2 try rule on the Enigmas. I'll talk about why, like, again, wet rubber band, if this ends up working, then it ends up being that these were actually winners, so I will take off the scratchers there. Let's see, it's at 8, went 18, 19 ticks. It went 19 ticks. It didn't give 20. Come on now. Give me my 20. Give me my 20, bro. Give me my 20 ticks. Don't be shisty with me. There's 20 ticks. Oh, did I put my targets in the wrong place? I did. Every other tick near. All right, well, it's already there. So tried to put that at 20 ticks. I eyeballed it improperly.
Target filled.
Double delta EM on the 1.
Okay, I'm going to add here on this position if it's going to let me.
On the 3.
I'm try to maximize the position. If it doesn't work, I'll close it out if we're starting to move our way back up. I think I'll stick it above the P point. See if we're going to stay under P point here. I'll work the P point area here. Remember, P point comes from a higher time frame. There, but someone did say we are clustering, which would also tell me that, you know, we have a good shot at potentially making runs. And when I say runs, I mean like extended runs, like where, okay, we don't turn around. We did touch. I don't like that we went red and now neutral. Like, I'd rather see us going and stay on red and at least go strong sell. I'd like to see all 4 of them get in sync.
Enigma short on the EM1.
Oh boy, getting us big here on another Enigma. Let's go, baby.
Target filled. Target filled.
Hopefully that wasn't the end of the move there with that giant
Fib.em on the 1.
spike there. And let's see how we go here.
Target filled.
Double delta em on the 1.
Target filled. Target filled.
Fib.em on the 1.
Oh boy. That is a power dot. Could be the end of the move there. Come on, there you go. Give me all of that Enigma target. Give me all that Enigma target. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
Speed of NQ75.
That is a headshot long, and there's double crosses. I'll go ahead and close it out right there, getting me to 1640 on the morning.
On the 2.
I'm going to talk through this segment here in just a moment.
Double delta em on the 4.
So we are 2 losers, 2 winners. I'll come back and talk about that here in just a moment. I'm going to turn continuous off here. It is 9:46. Remember, we have news at 10 a.m. Nice exit there after the double cross with a, it was a headshot right there.
On 26.
Boom! Headshot!
ECDMRTY on the 4.
Okay, so currently back to neutral. So here's how that went down. These back here, I'm actually going to remove the, see if I can,
Speed of YM6.
there it is. I'm going to remove that. And then I'd like to remove that. Because those were technically winners now. So that is a winner-winner. Because this move up here, remember when I said the wet rubber band? If you go and watch, I've got a video entitled The Rubber Band Theory. And, oh, I should be getting on a short here. Let me take a stab at that. Oh, come on. Don't run without me. Okay, that is a super AO here. Going to try to work this spot here as it's popping up fast. It won't last. At least that's how I read things. I like to say if it's moving fast, it won't last. So a quick zip up there. And let's see if we can get a trap. There is a Gartley. I don't want to get that big on it. And I want to set to none here as I'm adding in. There we go. All right. And I'm going to go full position with a stop behind the ready up in case it just absolutely snaps up here. Coming back up into the P point with a straight line, looks like. So this is another super AO if you're looking for a labeling for this one. A little bit crazy there because it also had a level 10. The scenario there with a 10 followed by a 14 is not as likely for me because they increased. What I would have liked to have seen is a 14 then a 10 would have been a scenario where that might have been more likely for me to work that spot. Let's see if we stay around that P point or not. Oh, don't do it. Okay. Tapping around the P point. Let's see if she's going to help me out here. Okay, I'm half as enthused when a play comes against me, so I'll peel half the position. Now let's see if it ends up going. Great. If it doesn't, you know, I have now mitigated the situation-ish.
Delta EM on the 2.
And probably greedy, not, I should have closed out the shark. I happened to look over to the left just to see if NQ is going to be doing the same thing over there. It just took a glance, and as I looked over, boom, comes and hits my shark. I should have exited right there at the shark back. So looks like I may turn this into a nothing burger here because of my mistake on not exiting on that shark. My goodness. I'm not getting any grace here today. E point.
Fib.em on the 1. Double delta EM on the 1. Speed of YM53. Speed of NQ63. Speed of NQ62.
Get under those cross lines, get under those cross lines, get under those cross lines, get under those cross lines. Don't bounce on them. Get under those cross lines. Do it.
DCDMEM on the 1.
All right, be that double cross, double move. Get me all the way to that target. Let's go. All right, bottom of the zone there, back of the bat. I'll peel half. Full target will be there at the gold line target for double cross, double move.
Double delta RTY on the 4.
And the touch into king timing for 3,400 on the day. Curtis G singing it to me on the mic. Let's go. Oh man, that was a beauty. And Curtis is a beast.
You got this, baby. I know it's been crazy. You don't see me, it's exhausting. City to city, cause I'm shiny, boys is popping. You keep making plans, babe, I'm sorry, I keep flopping. Call me late at night, cause I love you when you talk.
Double delta E on the 1.
I go with you, not here, it's just not on. No, I can't let go without you near me. I'm holding on your tricks. Got me 10 feet off the ground. Now I'm seeing how you play. ALGOBOX, you turn it all around. You tell me that you need me, then
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that coffee tastes even better. Thank you for the coffee donation there this morning. Oh, my goodness. Let's come back down here to the bottom left, take a peek, and walk through that one right there. We're going to be talking about some full auto here this afternoon, so hang tight. Don't go anywhere yet. I'm going to be talking about full auto. It's Full Auto Friday. We're showing you guys how to walk through your stats, optimizations, all that kind of fun stuff, particularly around the folks who are Platinum members. But if you got in on that awesome Gold Pro member offering, you're also going to be able to use the full auto features like Lunchbot, like Headshot Bot, like Two-Finger Salute Bot. And if you get it before January 1st, you will also have the Enigma bot that is going away on January 1st. I told you guys it was 2024. And that's it. No more. So if you got Enigma in 2024, good for you. We should start a coffee mug club for Enigma members. The Enigma is exactly what it says. It is an Enigma. And it is a beast. Like Curtis G. So rolling back through some of that. Let's...
Lower impact news event for low consumer sentiment.
To that. Let me turn this down just a bit there.
Inflation expectations.
So we kind of talked about this one already, right? Why this was a legit. This happens to be. This is why I say, look, if you don't just, if you want to filter, it's a good set to filter. What was it? Pop quiz. Think about it. Why were these filterable? If you said Fiddle Zone, give yourself a gold star. If you're not, go through the training. By the way, we have full documentation here, so hang tight here. I'm going to show you some of that, how you can know this information. Like, oh, we're not just like, oh, it's Vinny out here talking about it. No, it's fully documented. The full documentation section there. You can print out the entire thing if you want and make your own little PDF or print it out. Or if you want the digital version, it's there on the website and you can search it and all that kind of fun stuff. So Fiddle Zone filter right here to not trade these. However, inside the Fiddle Zone, I call it the wet rubber band, right? It's like, you know how to shoot a rubber band, right? We've all, when we were kids, we learned how to shoot a rubber band, right? You put it on your finger or your thumb, pull it back, and then pew, shoots like a straight arrow, right? However, if you don't pull the rubber band back very far and you just, pull it back a little bit and you try to shoot it forward, it's just like, bleh. I picture a wet rubber band. It's like, it'll go, but it's like, it's too wishy-washy. It's not gonna make that straight, quick connection, right? So that's what, and sure enough, look, this thing is wiggly, right? Ends up going, okay, I'm a wiggly rubber band. Oops, I'm drawing off screen here. Sorry, that looked like this, I promised. Okay, wiggly rubber band. Instead of coming in and going, pew, right? Because it was a... That's my best analogy. There you go. Deal with it. Versus this one that came in, we started moving outside the Fiddle Zone. We got down out of that middle zone area, off of the flat line area, and now you see that one ended up going nearly straight to target, right? This one was like, pull it back and pew, straight through. There's the ET20, which is the Enigma target. By default, is set to 20 ticks. That's why we call it the ET20. Enigma target 20 ticks. Now, again, if you're after 2025, I won't need to talk much about the Enigma except for the folks who have it, because you're not going to have it. So that was the Enigma play. Then this one. This was a Super AO. I like to label these out here while we're on a live stream to do some teaching and training while we're going around it. Super Alpha Omega. Okay, Super AO. So we got the AO. That's cool. But it became Super. Why? Because we also had the ready. Oh, did I just do that thing again? There we go. Press an F5. All right, refreshed. So Super AO is the combination of the Alpha Omega Cross plus the Ready Up. Okay, looking real close. People, I had a phone call with somebody last night. It was like, I didn't understand what that was. Okay, well, there you go. Two things. It's a combination, which is really how our system works to begin with. Now, if you remember old Mike Schwartz's videos, which he went out and deleted because he's an asshole, he originally had a video talking about what happens when you have two Alpha Omegas that land in kind of the same spot, right? Semi on the same spot there. and looking at the numbers. Did the two numbers, did they increase or did they decrease? This was a 10 and then a 13. If this had been reverse, this probably would have worked out a lot better, a lot easier. At the same time, it did. It went down, hit the cipher,
on the 2.
right? I was just being greedy with my targeting, and I got in a little bit behind it. It wasn't on full auto here. We do have a full auto capability coming for Super AO. Super AO is being worked on. I will have that completed at some point, probably in January or February 2025 for full auto Super AO, but only for Gold Lifetime members. So all the Lifetime members always get all the goodies. Let's talk about how we got the next set of play on the entry. I believe it came as a ready up earlier. After I pressed F5, it turned it into an 11.5. It just has to do with refreshing and the data coming back weird. But I added on the ready up after that. I think it was it here or here? I have to roll back the tape and go look. That adding on the next ready up was on one of these little hills there, where I thought it was
DCDM on the 2.
Maybe it was this one. Yeah, because it was still inside the ready up. It was getting close, and then boom, ready up showed up, added to my position. Now we start to roll down. After we have something to the left where we have a trap,
divergence up on the 8.
now this makes a double cross double move more valid. Oh man, did we just get an out of memory error? My Chrome is doing the out of memory thing. Let me press F5 on that. Fix the
lower bands touching on the 20 on the 3.
Yeah,
double delta NQ on the 3.
Okay, so next up, DCDM. What's that? So double cross, double move. It automatically draws a target for you. It's hidden in there because there's a bunch of other things that came in, but there is a gold line in there that was easy for me to see when we first kind of came into this area. We had the double cross, double move right down to the gold line target.
Lower bands touching on the 26.
Pretty easy play right there. We had some PRZs that started showing up there, so I did peel off half, and then I pulled the whole thing as we tapped into the gold line on the double cross target. So double cross, double move, had the trap behind it. This is what validates the double cross, double move. It's not at the top or the bottom of a zone, so we don't have to worry about a DCR scenario, and I'm looking for a straight shot on a DCDM down to its target. Now, that's a lot to say and do, but if you just practice these, it'll be second nature. Like it's harder for me to actually explain this than it is to actually execute once you know it. Now, if you know about the DCDM, type a 1 in the chat. Let me see how many new folks we have. If there's people who don't know, if you haven't been through the training yet, this is actually in the default training section. So even if you are doing a 2-week free trial, you should know what the double cross double move is. Type a 1 if you know what that was, or 2 if you still have questions around that. Sometimes I need to gauge whether or not I am if I'm being clear enough or not. Hopefully we are. Beautiful cross at the top of a channel. Nice down move there. 16.3 coming in. Monstrous AO here. We can kind of watch how this section plays out here. Currently, we went moderate buy, back to neutral. I mean, we're in a neutral spot here. You guys are getting it? Okay. Let me refresh the live stream section over here on the right. And then let me update my... So here's how the game went this morning. Good game, GG's. So 2 losers, then 3 winners.
26.
And I do technically still have a bonus if I want to. I can hang in here. We got the 10 a.m. news there that came and went. I was not paying attention. I think I was doing a little bit too much excessive celebration there to participate with that. But again, standard operating procedure for me, creating like a video game. I got 5 lives and then see what I can do with it. I did, kind of if you call it points on the board. So I did 3,415 points, right? Just think of it like a video game. So not a bad game. I'm targeting 4 to 5 each
Pip.emo
session.
on the 1.
And lately, with the numbers that we've been putting up, we've been doing 10 on the day. So I'll do usually a morning session of 4 or 5, and in the afternoon 4 or 5. And sometimes in the middle of the day, we get some extra juice as well. System has just become so easy to use. For me, it's hard to lose. Again, not saying can't make any guarantees for anybody else, but when I've been doing this long, for me, it's kind of hard to lose. It makes things reading, it makes the market so easy to read, in my opinion. What do you guys think? You guys liking it? You guys getting it? Vinny, the session is awesome. Learning bunches even while driving, having a meeting top of the hour. I'll catch a replay. Awesome, my friend. You're learning while driving. Interesting. Very cool. Hope you're keeping your eyes on the road. Let's see. Give me a moment here. And so coffee time is coming up here in about 4 minutes. So I'm going to sit here and see if there's a final bonus play here right before the coffee time. See if I can get myself to 4K. I need to size appropriately to do that. And let's see, about $600. I'm going to go. Yeah, we'll see if we can do it with a double tap. Three minutes. Currently neutral on the Mac V Ultimate. So you got 2 nerds up, 2 nerds down. And if you're new, don't know what the nerd is N-E-R-D. NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow. I call them the nerd. And this tracks the nerd. All 4 of them telling me, you know, it's the whole rising tide raises all ships type of scenario. So if you're having to pick a direction, it's oftentimes great to go with what I kind of call the brothers, the nerd brothers. They like to ride together. So correlated instruments,
Double delta NQ.
and then choosing that as your bias default direction, and then taking entries in the direction of the nerd is how I kind of talk about it. So I say, what's the direction of the nerd right now? When I'm saying that, I'm saying, what is this telling us, right? So now it's three of the nerds up, 1 down. How do I know that? Because again, there's 4 nerds. So when I say 3 out of 4 nerds, you agree? Anyway, I know I'm weird. What can I say? Okay, potential split cross reversal here. We might take the short right here. Let's see, but we're moderate buy. So if that was on the sell side, I would be grabbing that immediately. Remember, on my bonus, I really want to add to my position. I don't want to take risk on my bonus. On my bonus, I want everything to line up. So I'm going to be a little more choosy with my final trade there when I'm thinking about a bonus. It's just how I do it. The nerd bros are dorks. That is right. Dynamite, out of sight, radical kids is what dork stands for. What's up, dork? Happy Friday, sir. Always a pleasure seeing you in the chat.
Double delta Emini on the 1.
Oh, okay. That's a long right there. I'm a little bit nervous to take that right now, but that is a long 14.2 with a ready up. Super AO long here with moderate buy. Inside the fiddle zone. So I'm only disqualifying it right now because I'm trying to go for my bonus trade. And I want everything lined up on a bonus. I want the stars to align, and then I'm going to smack that bonus.
Double delta NQ on the 3. 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 Two-finger aim on the 26.
Yeah, I had a sneaking suspicion on that one. It's a little testy. So split cross reversal would have been a great play there. You know, woulda, coulda, shouldas. Gonna try to get it just right for my bonus trade.
Speed
Get me to 4K.
51.
Okay, there's neutral. Remember, we have identified yet another clustering day here. So this move, if we tap red, that'll be the first spot. I want to get on the red side right when this goes. We have been doing this for the last 4 days. If you've been missing out and not knowing what I'm talking about, go back and watch the last 4 days. Okay, watch this whole week's set of videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. As soon as this pops right there, this is the ideal location for me to get on the sides and roll with it on a cluster day. So we've identified the clustering will occur, which means we will have extended moves and like no trap scenarios. And we'll just get on sides and run it. And remember, it's the first color shift. So right now, the reason I'm saying that and not the green side is because we've been on green, right? We've been on green, been on green, been on green. Boom. First shift color to the red is the ideal location to begin a giant move once we have shifted on a clustering day, specifically because it is a clustering day. This does not apply on normal days, okay? This is a non-normal day due to the lower time frame clustering. If you don't know what I'm talking about there, you know, go into our room. This week we have been talking about this over and over and over, and I know that we get some new people coming in all the time. Don't forget, for the new folks, come on Monday. Okay, Mentorship Mondays are there for the new folks. And again, yeah, I think the old members, you guys get something out of it too. I try to give something for everybody during those sessions, but particularly we do want to open up to more questions on a Monday. I'll slow things down a bit and try to focus a bit more on educating in detail, although, you know, I do my best to try to educate as often as possible, but sometimes the markets are moving quick, or I'm concentrated on my own P&L there where I can't necessarily answer all the questions or talk as thoroughly as I would want to, because I am kind of obsessed with thoroughness. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Are we going to get the red side shift? You missed that on the shift. So, and that's why I keep repeating myself. That's why I do it. Because people are like, Vinny, you've said that 100 times. Yeah, but every once in a while, sometimes you got to hear it multiple times, or you know, it's got to be the proper emphasis. They even talk about, you know, in sales and other things, it takes you 8 times to hear something before it like clicks in, before it even starts to register with your brain. Because we have so many things our brains are always, you know, focused on, and attaining new information. Oftentimes, apparently it's this magic number of 8. Like the 8th time, all of a sudden something sinks in. But thanks for letting me know that. Helps me, helps my sanity when I'm thinking about, like, have I said this enough? Have I said it too much? No, it's been updated. Awesome. I am, as we go into 2025, I really am going to be focusing on updating the education with more, what would I say, technology, graphics, what would I say? Modernizing our training materials. I am, well, we spent a year and a half building out our full documentation with full graphics and every detail, every parameter on every indicator, every strategy component. No other system out there on the market has done that. Go out there and look. Those same ones, I had a chat with somebody last night, and they were like, hey, what do I do during your 2-week free trial? Da, da, da. You know, people are so not used to having a 2-week free trial to be able to put their hands on a product. Like, they're just in shock. They're like, wait, you're gonna let me just use the product completely unlocked for 2 weeks? Yeah. I said, have you ever been in any other product that's done that? And they said no. That's because it doesn't exist. Nobody else is brave enough to do that because their products suck. We can do it because I know it's good. The more you use it, know you're gonna want it. Pretty simple. But where I was going with that is, so to match up with the full documentation that we spent a lot of time, money, and efforts on building out, now we want to correlate that with the updated video trainings as well. And again, all the old video trainings, they're all there. They are for premium members only now, if you have seen that. Now, there are 3 libraries of videos on the website. There are 3 times 6, so 18. So there are 18 videos there on the website for the first 3 libraries, and then with the additional libraries of everything else, if once you purchase, then you get access to all the other training videos. There are approximately, I think right now, 121 videos in the series. So if you did 1 video a day, it'd take you 120 days. But most people, again, some of those are shorter videos. You can, you know, binge watch them or whatever, do 2 or 3 a day. Okay, that is a beautiful Alpha Omega short right here. I am feeling this one. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see if this is going to be the one. Let's see. I'm going to try to strike it rich here on this Super AO. Super AOs have done me well here this morning. The last one didn't work, so I'm going to go with a cadence scenario. Well, last one didn't, so I have a feeling this one will. What do you guys think? Think we can do it? I'm going to turn this on P&L because, you know, I'm watching my P&L, right? How much did I need? I needed $800. Let me set a bracket so I know how much that is here. So the bottom of the cross, I think, could probably get it. Yep, that's $800 right to the bottom of the cross, and I'll do it. +1 right in front of the prior close and stop right behind the ready up back there. There's a cross. I'm going to add to position there on the cross. Hopefully not adding to the cross for a loss. And a drop like a boss would be real cool. We'll see. We're in neutral here. Would rather it see red. I'm hoping that we just shift into red. If this thing goes back green again, all right, I may have to cancel the whole item because that could be a nasty trap down below. There we go. That's 4K. Now everything else is just a little bit more. We'll see if it's got a couple more ticks into it or not. See if we can get down to that prior close. No, another cross showing up. Whatever. 42.30 on the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You know, you can only take what the market gives you, all right? If the market's going to do some weird thing like that, okay. Pull it. There we go. 42.30 on
Delta team on the 8th.
the day. That's feeling pretty good for a Friday. It was not as tough as it has been.
A few moments later.
Lower bands touching 136.
All right. Let's see. So
DCDM.
now again, if this had been red, probably would have been easier on that. Okay, that looks like a split cross reversal. I'd go ahead and take a short right there, but I'm done. I hit mine there, and now it's another super AO. Okay. Oh, we're in neutral. I would totally be smacking that. But I am done here on the day, and I do want to talk about full auto. I did tell you guys I'd commit to full auto Friday here today. So let's go through some of that. Give me a minute to get set up for that. Need a little bit of a different kind of workspace setup and layout here, and we'll do some of that. Maybe kick back, grab a coffee. We are at 10:21, so normally we have about a 20-minute coffee break there at 10:10 to 10:30. Let me go to which one shall we showcase today? Give me a moment to think on that.
Fib.em on the 1. Speed of YM56.
How about we do something simple like a lunch bot? Yeah, let's start with lunch bot. If we have time, I will also do 2-finger, and we will save headshot, full auto headshot. I mean, that's such an awesome strategy. I mean, come on, it's headshot like a boss. We'll save that one for next week. All right, but I'm gonna do for sure lunch bot today. We might also do 2-finger. Let's see. Grab a new chart for that. Don't forget, use code ALGOBOX anytime if you are thinking about doing the Apex Trader Funding, which is the only one that I recommend for a lot of reasons. They are the biggest, and you're not going to worry about them going out of business. And amongst other things, they'll also, I have seen them so many times do resets for people when things go wrong with data feeds and things of that sort. They're the only group I've ever seen do, mass resets for, I don't want to say the only, but I have seen them multiple times when that type of situation occurs, do resets for people, right? How many of you guys have already done that? Have you guys been with Apex and you have had them where they've done you right? Like, tell me there in the chat. Or if you haven't, if you had a bad experience, I'm open to hear some of that as well. I am a realist. I'm a person who I come out here. I am obsessed with transparency and the truth, which is why I have the Market Historian channel to expose frauds like ICT and all the other Muppeteers of theirs that we have done over the years. Macro hedge, man, take your pick, take your poison. Okay, so back to, let's do a new chart here. But if you want the deepest discount, make sure you use code ALGOBOX. We do have a deal with them that goes, if you're using ALGOBOX, you will always have the deepest discount. Whatever they're running, it will always be the lowest. So you don't have to worry about, well, does ALGOBOX get that one? Does so-and-so get that one? Or I don't know, that guy's got this other deal. If you just use code ALGOBOX, you know you'll always have the best. Pop to, where is it? Art. Here we go.
Low.im on the 20th OMC member Goolsby speaks.
All right, so let's do like a 90-day test. We're in December. So we'll go September 1st to now. All right, let me create an instrument set as well. I'm going to run this across multiple instruments instead of just one. And I'll show you guys how to do all that as well. So I'm going to teach you guys a bunch of new stuff. Now, normally it's not going to take me this long. It's just our first, named Full Auto Friday. So it's going to take me a little more time to get set up here today, but in the future, we'll have this set up more readily available. Let's see. Is it not letting me create a new group? Hold on a second. Instrument lists. All right, let's create ourselves a new list. We'll call it Vinny's list. I know what we'll call it, the nerd. Because we'll do our 4 correlated instruments. Well, no, because we want nerd. We'll go nerd plus 2. Because we want crude and gold as well. All right, so I add the nerd. I'll put this on screen so you guys can see how to do this in case you guys are wanting to do this as well. Because that is the point of our training here today, right? So instrument list, I've created one called Nerd Plus. Now I'm going to add what instruments I want to add to it. So I'm going to start down the nerd in. So I'll do NQ. All right. ES. Futures, make sure you don't click, there's an ES stock, so don't make sure you do that. NER. RTY. Down there. The Dow, which is YM. Don't even get me started. Why? Somebody solve this for me. Why do they call the Dow YM? Where did YM come from? Why not DM or DW? Right? Wouldn't that make more sense? The Dow. Hello? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I like things to make sense. I don't understand. Anyway, all right. Crude oil, not Colgate, BL, and GC. Now, if you have seen me do our optimizations for what I run on the weekly basis, you'll know that I also include some of the currencies. 6A, 6J, 6E, which is Euro, JPY, Japanese yen, and the Aussie dollar. But for now, we will do the 6. All right. There we go. So that'll be the nerd plus 2. Cool. So I've created a list. Now, the reason that helps me is now that I'm going into our strategy analyzer, now I will be able to select our list. So here's how that goes. And I know this gets complicated. That's the whole point. Now listen, do not get lost here today, folks. If you are new, this is we're doing advanced level. This is Advanced Friday. Okay, so the new folks, we cover you guys on Mondays for Mentorship Monday. New folks, come on a Monday, kind of like orientation. We'll do the new stuff. This is the advanced level stuff for the folks who have been around a while. Okay, so hang with us here on a Friday. Cool. All right, let me let's get into it. All right, here we go. So the instrument list, now I can go, and when I want to do an optimization on something, I can now do my data series instrument, and I'm selecting the nerd plus 2, which means this is actually going to run this across all the instruments in the little list that I just put together there. Okay, got Lunchbot selected, got some settings here. I have chosen a range value of 8 to 40. This just has to do with using range bars, and a lot of things go into this. I'll go in a lot of detail going through our training there, but I've got 8, 40, 2 right there. That I put in there specifically. That means the 8 at the beginning means what is the lowest 8 or the lowest range value bar you want to use. The lowest I want to use for the Lunchbot is an 8. Absolute lowest.
NQ on the 3.
And then up to a 40, that's what that means. So they're divided by semicolons, and the 2 means do it by increments of 2. As you're doing your optimization, I don't want to go every single one. I don't want to do 8 and 9. It has to be a significant difference. So when I say 2, that means it's going to go starting at the bottom at 8. Then what would be plus 2 would be 10. What would be plus 2? 12. Plus 2, 14. Plus 2, 16. Plus 2, 18. Plus 2, 20. So it will do increments of 2. So it'll go 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 on an optimization test run series. That's what that means. Okay, it's probably the most complicated thing of this whole thing. Everything else fairly simple and straightforward, depending on how many parameters you got going on there. Okay. Let's see. A couple other items I want to do. There it is. Optimizer default. We want to change this from default. Again, you can run the default, but it will take forever. Genetic optimization. And there's a whole thing around that. If you go research what this means, it's a NinjaTrader thing. This is not us. This is how it works. NinjaTrader is awesome. They are the best platform when it comes to the BOW. B-O-W. What does that stand for? Backtest. Optimization, walk forward. The reason we are able to do what we do inside of ALGOBOX and continuous optimization every 4 minutes inside of our system is because of the ability to tap into the NinjaTrader sequence, which also uses .NET as its base. If you're familiar with Microsoft .NET programming, then this may be up your alley. Anyhow, okay. Yeah, sorry I'm having nerd moments because that's what I am. I'm just a nerd at the end of the day. I like to talk about nerdy stuff. That's what we do. Okay, so here we go. Did I miss anything? I'm going back. I don't know how long that's going to take, so I'm actually going to bump this down instead of 9. Give me a little grace here. I'm only going to go to 10.1 for now and see how long this takes to run here because I didn't test run this before we came out here. Let me template. I want to save it one more time. I'm going to save this as my demonstration, and I also want to save it as default, so the next time I come back to this, it will kind of save this way. So we'll kind of start with this as a base. All right, there we go. And it's as simple as I'm going to come down here and punch in on the run button, which is going to run an optimization for the lunch bot. And we'll talk about why we do that and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah. All right, so that'll take a bit. And yeah, we'll let it go. Here, my PC going crazy over here. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't crash out. Don't normally run optimizations and backtest, walk forwards while the charts are all going when I've got all 5 charts plus NQ off on the left. We got RTY up and around. How many charts do I have open here? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not too bad. And market's a little slow right now, so we're probably okay. But if it speeds up or something for whatever reason, then it's going to have more problems trying to keep up there. That's right. Take a bow, George. B-O-W, backtest, optimize, walk forward. Correct. Let's see, from Reddit, for CBOT, why as a prefix designated any mini product? The mini Dow is just that. The M stood for mid-sized Dow versus the largest $10 Dow index. Okay, thank you, Enlighten. So then they just never changed it from the original. All right. So a mini, all of the minis are supposed to start with a Y? Isn't that crazy? Because I don't know. There's not a single other one that starts with Y. I guess maybe that was at the first. Was that the very first one? I always thought it was the ES for some reason. The S&P 500 I would have thought would have been before the Dow, but I don't know. The Dow was kind of a big deal, you know. But it was as an '80s kid growing up in the '80s, like that was always hear. Remember the Dow commercials? People in the lab coats with the little red diamond on their white lab coats. Remember those? CBOT, not CME. Okay.
Double delta EM on the 1.
Yeah, so to run, it says it's going to be about a 15-minute run.
DCDM on the 2. Fib.em on the 1. Double delta em on the 1.
Let's abort it and let frickin' yeah, now it's at 18 minutes. It's estimating 19 minutes. Okay, it's going up. So let's abort that. Let's do a little less time. Maybe a 1 month here for a second. Let's see. Oh, it's having a hard time catching up here. It doesn't want to abort. Welcome to my world. All right, so it's grayed out right now, waiting for it to stop. It must be finishing out one of its runs. Doing the old spinning timer button. Yep, it's crazy, huh? Mini-sized corn was YW, wheat YK, mini-sized soybeans. Oh, okay, so there were a bunch of Ys. All the things that I never trade. YI silver. Wow, I bet that was a lot harder to think through and sort through, huh? Oh man, thank you for the history lesson on that. So Y stood for mini. Of course, I mean, why start it with an M when you can start it with a Y? Absolutely. I don't know. I think they wanted to put it at the bottom of the list, you know, alphabetically. They're like, if we put it with a Y, what about the Z's? Well, we already got Z's because we're doing that with the bonds. Okay, well, let's make it Z then. Okay. Okay, Bob. Okay, George. Speaking of George, George said, I think I know, but can you confirm what turbo risk is? Turbo risk, it's
double delta.
It's fast risk. It's going to auto increment for you and increase your trade size from trades 1 through 5. Literally the Vinny style. Again, that might not be your style. If you don't want to increase your risk, cool. But yeah, the short answer is that is going to increase your contract size. Actually, I want to check that parameter. Did I have it turned on? I think on Lunchbot it's on by default, but let me check that. I coded to ICT. I coded it to me to YM in the 90s. Oh my goodness. Eddie, have you seen his most recent stuff? He's literally out there. So people are calling him out hardcore on this whole thing, on him saying, you know, crypto's going to zero. Then it's like, it's not going to 100K. And then he said, if it gets to 100K, I am like, I swear, I'm going to delete my YouTube channel. And of course, he's not going to delete his YouTube channel. And he's like, now he literally doubles down on it and says, in fact, not only am I not going to delete it, I'm going to be doing even more. And he said, I lie to get attention. He literally said that in some of his tweets now. It's Tom Dante sent me over this morning as we were chatting. Tom Dante and I are good friends. He sends me over. He's like, look at this crap. He says, after saying he would delete his channel if BTC went to 100K, he's now saying he's going to post more than ever, and that he's also got millions in Bitcoin. I remember the whole drama around telling his son that his son was an idiot investing in crypto and all that. Like, we all know the history. That's the problem with these turds. So Market Historian channel is going to get warmed up in 2025. We're going to warm that sucker up. I also got a restraining order against the guy that he sent to threaten me and my family. I also got a $15,000 judgment against him. I'll be putting all that public. I've got recordings of that nasty turd walking around. Cannot wait to get this out there. But yes, we got some justice. Super excited about that. Also have a legal suit that will be dropped in the Chicago courts hopefully at the end of today. We've been working on this for a while against the Robbins contest themselves for fraud. Oh, it's going to be exciting. And a couple other things. For me personally, anti-competitive practices, all that kind of stuff. They didn't let me in the contest because I exposed them. And all I did was not really expose. I went into their fine print and told everybody, y'all see this? Like, what kind of contest lets some people have multiple accounts and some people not? It's not a fair contest. There's all kinds of things. It's so easy for these scammers to hide and then use it to build up their name. And so they wouldn't let me in the contest. When ICT is calling out, oh, Vinny getting a contest with me, dude, I would have smoked him. Like, he literally blew his account. Minus 90%. Again, no surprise. Anyhow, so Robinson let me in, colluded with ICT, so I'm going to go with a big fat, I'ma sue you. I'ma sue you, biatch. I don't know why people keep fucking around. I don't get it. Fuck around and find out. Pardon my French, sorry. It's a F. It's an F for Friday. An effing Friday. That's what it was. Friday you. All right, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I got a $15,000 judgment against Shane Fields. Thought it was real smart to come over there and threaten my family and all this kind of whatnot. Well, cost you 15 grand and come to find out the guy lives with his mom.
Double Delta
Classic ICT student. Let's see. But he said, so here's Tom also saying, but he said yesterday he deliberately lies to get an audience. Think about what I just said there. He said he deliberately lies to get an audience. Think about that. That, my friends, is called fraud. Like, literally the definition of fraud. Oh, I can't do it with my account. Well, somebody copy paste that so it's readable. And then he claims that people like Vinny Emini, he wants the exposing. So I think exposing the lies is what he wants, supposedly.
NQ on the 3.
And that he wants the trolling because that's how he gets attention. Like, you can't make this stuff up. And then, of course, all the while, you know, proclaiming to be a Christian, all that's what makes me nauseous about the whole thing. Using God to lie. Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what God wants, bro. Is you know, you say you're a multimillionaire and you don't want to just use traditional advertising. You want to lie to get attention to your nonsense. Wow, literally, this is disgusting. What a like, imagine having to live with yourself. What a disgusting pig. A pig of a person. It's disgusting. Yep, the all press is good press thing. Crazy. Yep, disgusting. Didn't he say BTC was the devil's work and that he wouldn't trade it? Yeah, that was always funny. BTC is the devil's work. I would never trade it, never own it. Da, da, da. Now he's telling he's got millions in Bitcoin. Mm-hmm, sure. Dude, it's all lies. Okay, so let's run this instead of all the way back to October, because apparently that's gonna take a while. Let's do a November run and see how long that's gonna take it. All right, switching this back to November here. Template, save as default. Yes, replace it. All right, let's see how long this one's gonna go. All right, that's gonna do a time run up here, and we'll Revelation 22:15, for without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Yeesh. So disgusting. It'd be one thing if he targeted, you know, real adults, but he targets the youth. He targets
Double delta and
young people.
DCDME on the
Disgusting.
Double delta NQ on the 3.
Okay, so this one says that it's only going to take about 3 or 4 minutes. Of course, see the remaining continues to go up here, but I don't know. I'm feeling it. This little bar here is completing a bit there.
Speed of NQ 67 on the 1. Fib.em on the 1. Lower bands touch em on the 26. Fib.em on the 8. Double delta RTY on the 4.
Oh, it finished. All right. So let's see what we got here. Did the best was NQ. NQ actually for a total did $10,000 total net profit.
Double delta NQ on the 3.
Oh, don't hang up on me. There we go. So there's a look at what if you traded just NQ that month. That's looking pretty juicy, is it not? let's go to the one that was the biggest draw. So crude oil was the major problem. Okay, so crude oil. Oh wait, did I have 19 trades? No, that was for crude oil. My goodness, I am so wrong. Forget everything I just said. This is a time, reset everything we just said there. I did not have, I thought this selected combined at the top. So make sure you select combined, duh. There's a combined. So for 1 month, $21,000 over multiple instruments. As you can tell, I am a bit rusty. Had not set this up ahead of time here on the setup here. Let's back up a second. How many of you guys would like to make $21,000 during lunch for 1 month? Okay, overall 58% profitable, profit factor 1.27, which means the winners were 1.27 times the size of the losers. That is an important one right there. And on top of that, it was still better than 50%. It was almost 60% and 1.27 profit factor for the lunch bot. You can see the max drawdown there was $2,840. So the amount of heat was about, can't say a little more than a tenth, maybe 12% of the profit side for LunchBot on those settings. Can you see that? Okay, now if we click into the individual items, this is what I didn't realize. Why was it selected on crude? It's really weird. I think I must have selected crude before. So that's where I was like, where did that? Okay, that's where that came from. So the 1100, it was actually crude oil having a tough day at the beginning of the month there and making it around. I was like, why was that a number? I was like, there's no way the whole thing took 19 trades. I must have done something wrong. No, everything was fine. Just go at the top, select combined. So that's everything. So, and then I also now put these in order by performance. So one of the things that you can do when you're looking at the optimization windows here on these, let me shrink up our fun text area here so you guys can see some of this. There we go. All right. So resetting a few things. So if I click on any one, just kind of like Excel or some other tools you've had, fairly easy user interface. If I click performance and now put them in order by performance, this will show me which ones perform the best. Now you can also kind of do the same thing if you click on total net profit, although this might change something slightly depending on how you have your optimization settings down here. If you're optimizing right now, I am optimizing on net. Well, I just overrode it. There we go. On max net profit. If you set this to max profit factor or least drawdown, there's all kinds of other things in that drop down. You can see you can literally, there is a bevy of these that you can go all kinds of in-depth. I have tested a lot of these and I always end up coming back to max net profit because, I mean, that's be at the end of the day. It's kind of what we want. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, if you are risk averse, there are things in here like least amount of risk and all those types of stuff are in there in the settings for you to run your optimizations for. Okay. So InQ crushed it this month. 360 trades over just the lunch areas there. 61% profitable. Again, also 1.27. So almost matching the combined. Let me make sure I'm checking that right. Yes. So InQ, probably the heaviest weight in this whole thing, and at 1.27. Not too bad. Let's take a look at gold. Little better profit factor. So profit factor here, this was almost a 2-to-1. So 1.89 means that the winners were 1.89 times the size of the losers, and a total of $37.50 just for running gold that month. So the top performer was InQ. The next was gold. Next one on the list, interesting. RTY was better than the Dow over the month of November for the run. Max drawdown 2K, ends up doing 2,700 total in net at the end. And then if you look at percent profitable here, there's a little, I mean, it's 50-50 on RTY, but ended up doing still better than YM. Profit factor slightly lower as well, which is not surprising. Again, RTY is not a big mover. Kind of a slow motion guy there. But let me go directly compare. I'm going to skip ES here and go down to the YM, to the Dow, and I want to see, because like those two, wow, look at that. So Dow had a higher percentage, but profit factor 1.24. Oh, just less trades. Interesting. So if you actually play these out over more trades, the Dow would have done more. See, these are the little nerd stats. I mean, I nerd out on this. You guys might be bored to tears on this stuff, but like these types of things, you know, you can glean a lot of information at the same time. You can get information overload too. But that is really fascinating to me that the Dow was second to last in the performance area during lunch. Interesting, very interesting. Crude oil being the absolute worst, only making $1,100 on the month there in its optimized setting. ES, no surprise. I usually don't like to do ES for LunchBot, just from experience. 52%, not a big outlier there, and 1.26. You know, and at double the rate and risk, because it's around, you know, $12.50 a tick versus the $5 tick markets, and doing $2,300, not bad. But see, oh yeah, look at that. See, this one had probably the largest drawdown of all of them. Max drawdown 5,900 to get the 2,000. Right, so you have to take that into account too. So this is one of those where a little more risk playing in on ES there. And so during that run here, GC and NQ, which is not too surprising to me. Obviously NQ, you know, pretty much a beast most of the time. Anyhow, let me check that max drawdown one more time there. Yeah, so max drawdown was still less than the ES, and yet did so much better. $10,000 out of NQ alone. So just pumping NQ during the LunchBot, pretty darn cool. Is it possible to add commissions and slippage? It is. The easy way to calculate that, the reason I don't put it in is, again, I really want to see performance, not over commissions. I can figure out and sort commissions very easily, right? I do combined, I click on combined, I look at numbers of trades, which is 635. I do 635 times, for me, about $2.40. So let's do a calc on that. I just, like, here's the thing, folks. I had this conversation with somebody else the other night. There is a scarcity mindset. If you are, like, everybody starts here, okay? Everybody starts in this mindset. You need to first know this principle that everybody should already know. This is a trope, okay? That it takes money to make money. As a business person, there are costs to a business, but you need to be questioning things. However, when you are already obsessing over, yeah, but how much less would it be? Like, you don't understand the whole principle, this whole thing. Do yourself a favor, don't do full auto, and good luck with your Uber route, okay? Here's what matters is, what did you make over what you spent? Okay, so here we go. Let's do an easy one here. We got 635, and for me, it's $2.40. All right, so $1,500 in commissions. See, but you're already sweating it, right? You're already, but. Okay, and then you want, okay, slippage. So let's come in here and put on, how many ticks of slippage do you think you're getting during lunch? Because you didn't even say how much slippage. You didn't even say. You did not even say. You didn't say, did you say 1 tick? Did you say 2 ticks? How much do you think you slip on entries? On full auto. During lunch. 1 tick? Okay. Times how many trades? 642? Okay. What is that? $5 a tick? Okay. So you want me to add in, so 1524, let's remember that. And then let's take, you want to do $5 or $10 or $12? Most of ours are $5 a tick. Are we good with doing $5 a tick? Well, maybe not, because we have gold and crude in this one. So 10, so what are we gonna do? Is $7.50? All right, we'll cut it in the middle. We'll do 7.5 times, and then 635 trades at 1 tick of slippage. So 4,700 plus our, what was it before? Plus 1,500 something. We'll just round up and go 1,600 plus 1,600. So cost $6,000 to make $21,000. So you want to subtract that out for yourself? All right. Thanks for hanging out. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbox, Mod Squad, Curtis G, and Eddie B. I am sitting out the Big H-Town. See ya. Art team, show them how it's done.
The old
Speed of
adage
YM60.
where, you know, the individual investor doesn't have a chance, but the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, you know, more money and better opportunity. I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use, they have both front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.
Pip.em on the one.
Rewind.
Forex is littered with crooks, black hat guys, all this kind of shifty characters and companies trying to extract money from your pocket.
Lower
stick it
bands
into
touching
theirs.
on
And
the
one of the
26.
things that they do is operate these Forex signals.
Enigma short on the NQ3.
Delta vibrating. Long. Look for long. Harmonic pattern. Pick up. One down on freeze. Order filled. Target filled.
Pip.em on the mono one.
Audio Jungle.
Lower bands touching on the Pip.em on the one. Pip.em on the one.